Hi. It's storming outside, and that kind of brought me to a memory of a message that I saw in the Word. And it was when Jesus told the disciples we're going to the other side. But he was tired. He had been ministering, and so he went to sleep, went down at the bottom of the boat, got a nice cushy pillow, and he went to sleep. In the meantime, the storms of life came about. The seas began to go up and down, and the winds were blowing just like it is outside right now. And I thought, let's just take a look at that real quick today. Maybe, just maybe, you have more than just outside rain and wind going on in your life. Maybe you're in a storm, the storms of life. It's a storm of lifetime for many people right now. We call it shelter in faith around this house. Shelter in faith. A lot of times in a storm, we're told to take shelter. Well, today we are going to look at what happened as the disciples were out on the boat with Jesus. Mark chapter 4. I'm going to begin reading in 30. Let's start on 35. On the same day, when the evening had come, he said to them, "Let us cross over to the other side." Now I'm reading in the New King James. Now when they had left the multitude, they took him along in the boat as he was, and other little boats were also with him. And a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that it was already filling. But he was in the stern, asleep on a pillow. And they awoke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we're perishing?" Then he arose and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. But he said to them, "Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith?" And they feared exceedingly and said to one another, "Who can this be that even the wind and the sea obey him?" Well, I was thinking, there are many that I have even talked to this week that their hours have been cut. Their jobs are even non-existent right now. Or those that have one but don't know if they'll have one tomorrow. Their bills didn't stop. Now the government has been kind to try to assist, but that's paperwork, and we know paperwork doesn't just happen overnight. It takes time. So there are these feelings of a windstorm, the seas and the winds all about us. It's like if one doesn't get me, the other one will. If I don't get wet or drowning, it's the wind that'll knock me over. What next? Have you ever said, "What next, Lord?" Well, I think that maybe if you're listening to this, maybe you've even said that. I wonder what's next. Jesus, he got up, and I need to do a separate teaching on it because there's so much in this scripture. One of the things that he did in the very beginning was he rebuked the wind. The wind was stirring the water. The water was coming into the boat, and thus the disciples felt that they were about to drown. It was overwhelming them. But the water didn't start it. The wind did. You see, Jesus always knows the starting point, the origin, and he goes first to the origin. So when he got up, he went straight to the wind, and he said, "Peace, be still." And then the sea began to calm down. Well, then there was no more water coming in the boat. Now even the disciples could breathe. I want you to look at something. He asked the disciples, "Where is your faith? Have you no faith?" Well, we know God gave everyone faith. And so They had some, they weren't using it. Faith is however long you hang on. If you don't hang on, you let go of the faith that God gave you. He had given them enough to trust Him, but they let go. They saw wind, they saw and felt water. You see finances, you see things going on that are not pretty at all. The storm of life is all around you, and you may feel like you're in the boat right now, being tossed and driven by the wind. Do what Jesus did. Speak to the wind first. First, speak to your problem. Was it the loss of the job? Or was it the fear of the loss of the job? Was it fear that your boss or your employer said, I can't have you back in here because they don't know God? All I know is that if we will put our trust completely in Jesus, He will show you which one to calm down first. Probably it's fear. He looked to the disciples and said, where is your faith? So today I challenge each one of us, where is our faith? Have we been talking all these times, days, weeks, months, and years of our Christian journey, how we trust God? Now is the time to walk it out. When you're in the boat of life and the storms are coming, don't let go of your faith. If He said you're going to the other side, you're going to the other side. Thank you for listening. God bless you. Understand that if you want someone to pray for you, leave a comment. I have this set up for community. You can leave a comment, and I will be praying for you, and maybe others would join in to pray for you as well. Whatever your need, or if you have a testimony, write that too. Let's share. We are community. God bless you.